Welcome to Bay Toastmasters, where we inspire people improve their public speaking skills and improve their confidence from San Francisco to Silicon Valley to Monterey Bay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anant Kumar, and I'll be your host this evening. I'm the active member of the Los Gatos Toastmaster Club, and I'm the incoming Area B1 Director. I'm super excited to be here and your host this evening. June is the special month. Last week, on June 16th, we celebrated World Sea Turtle Day. Sea turtle and tortoises are the magnificent creature in this world. Nature has provided them a shell which they use to take a shelter anytime they seek danger. Humans also has that invisible shell. We often called it as a comfort zone. Anytime there is an opportunity to speak up, to share your idea, to take the stage, or take the leadership role, we try to close in that invisible comfort zone and miss on those opportunities. Toastmaster is the platform to help you come out of your comfort zone, to help you get your neck out, take on the opportunities, speak up, and bring your ideas to the realities. Today, we have two prepared speeches followed by the evaluations. Evaluations are important part of the Toastmaster learning process. We not only get what is working, but also what is not working and how the speaker can improve their speech next time. Our first speaker today is Henry Miller. Henry Miller has been the Toastmaster for the last 30 years. He is the distinguished Toastmaster and he has competed at the regional and as well as at the international level. Please welcome Henry Miller to Tango.
It was a cold, rainy Sunday afternoon when I stormed into a dance studio in downtown San Jose, California, my hometown. No, I wasn't late. I wasn't even invited. I was merely seeking shelter from the pouring rain and was greeted by Nina, like a firecracker, who assumed that I was her tardy new student when she whispered, "Quickly, join the others. Warm-ups are almost over." Warm-ups? Confused but amused as I observed her students as they stretched and flexed, some waddling like penguins, I wondered, am I in heaven or that other place? Feeling unworthy of seeking refuge in either, I decided to leave quietly through the back door, clearly marked for emergency exit only. Caution, alarm will sound. We all know those signs are never legit, right? Wrong. Woo, 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 off it went. And so too did Nina in my direction with her eyes like laser beams affixed to mine. In a panic, I froze. The heat I drew from Nina was so intense, my body began to thaw as I tried desperately with my olive oil tongue to convince Nina that I was not her tardy new student. Eventually, she agreed, believed me, and made me an offer I just couldn't refuse. A warm, dry set of clothing if I would stay for the class she would soon begin teaching, and promised that that class will change my life forever. Now, would you refuse an offer like that? I was ready to dance when she announced, "Today, we will learn the tango, a dance born in the barrios of Argentina, a dance any of you can master if you watch your P's and Q's." Pints and quarts, Nina? No, silly. Your P's are your poise, your posture, your passion. And your cues, spelled C-U-E-S, are what you must take from your partner. Now pair up. It takes two to tango. Now I was in a room full of strangers. My heart began pounding, my eyes hunting, but soon realized that the hunter was indeed the hunted. When across the room I spied a friendly smile with a rose, beckoning me to come, to begin the dance of a lifetime. Nina's first lesson was about balance. To tango, she explained, you must find your balance and maintain it. To tango, it's okay at times to lean on your partner or allow your partner to lean on you. But if one partner is constantly leaning, the dance is doomed to failure. Find your balance, maintain it, and you and your Chiquita will be dancing together forever. And Nina was right. Before long, we were in perfect balance, feeling like we could be contestants on Dancing with the Stars. But just as we began to feel each other's feelings, Nina shouted, change! And I questioned, partners, why? And that's when I got Nina's second lesson. The only constant in life is change. Therefore, we must know how and when to change with the changes life presents us. Give your partner the room and space to grow. And if the dance was meant to be, time will let you know. Why? To tango, it takes two. I protested, reminded Nina I agreed only to a lesson in dance, not a class in philosophy. But yet again, Nina proved to be right. Before long, as we continued to change with the changes of the music, the new steps we learned, and even partners, we were getting better and better. But the room began to feel smaller and smaller. Now we were all bumping into each other, even exchanging dirty looks with one another. And that's when I got Nina's third and final lesson. Be a lover, not a fighter. Sometimes your own partner would back you into a corner. Don't fight your way out. Dance. Look for that opening and go with the flow. Sometimes we must dance, sometimes walk away, to live to dance another day. My fellow Toastmasters, that day, Nina opened my eyes to things I would have never thought of or even seen. That day, I learned to recognize opportunity when faced with reality. That day, my life was changed forever. No, not with Nina, but my partner with the rose. And so too could your life change if you remember these three valuable life lessons I learned. 1, find your balance, whatever you do, and maintain it. Change with the changes of life. And know when to go with the flow. Why? Because it takes two. Yes, it takes two to tango. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Henry. This is a great reminder that life lessons can come from the unexpected places. Henry,
Sir.
what advice you want to give from your speech to the people who wants to give a speech and when they are on the stage?
Oh, I thought you would have asked if there were dancing lessons. Not dancing lessons. No, it's all about life lessons. 1, find your balance. Whatever you do in life, maintain it. Change with the changes. And know when to fight and know when to walk away.
Thank you, Henry. Now we move to the evaluation portion of the Henry speech. To evaluate Henry's speech, we have Elise Pender. Elise is a dedicated Toastmaster and currently serving as a District 101 webmaster. She is also stepping up as a public relations manager. This year, Elise is working to get distinguished Toastmaster role. So, to evaluate Henry's speech, please welcome Elise Pender.
Good afternoon, everyone, especially Henry. It's really an honor for me to evaluate your speech today. The one thing that I found very brilliant was your mastery of storytelling. I could just picture being in that dance studio, seeing you storm in and having your conversation with the instructor, and being there while you experience the whole class. I especially like how you took us through your comparing the life to dancing the tango. I especially also liked the way that you concluded your speech at the end with a summary to remind us of the beautiful life lessons that you had taught us. One thing, though, to elevate your speech to the next level, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more body language and vocal variety, just making them a little bit bigger. Like, for example, when you said you stormed into the dance studio, perhaps more of like, I stormed into that dance studio came in. Then also, as far as the vocal variety, I just found at times during the body of the speech that the pacing was a little bit fast. There were some very key lines in there that I just wished you would have delivered and paused a little bit, like questioning yourself on whether you walked into heaven but some other place. So I thought that was pretty good. So I would have appreciated some pausing at some of these key places. In summary, you gave us a really brilliant speech with your mastery of storytelling, and it would have been elevated even a bit more if you used some bigger body language and a little bit more vocal variety. Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. Your feedback showed us how a feedback can not only encourage the speaker, but can also provide the clear ideas for improvement. Thank you very much, Elise. Before we move to the next speaker, I want to give you a little bit glimpse of our Toastmaster Club experience. I'm going to show you a little bit insights into our local club, Fair Oaks Toastmaster Club. They meet in Sunnyvale, and we have created a 3 minutes video for you. Enjoy this 3-minute video.
Welcome Toastmasters to the meeting of the Fair Oaks Club. I'm the president here at Fair Oaks, and I'm also the area director for Area E4.
Fair Oaks Toastmaster very unique because we are 100% meet in person. In person, you have real-time interaction, face-to-face. You can see facial expression, how people truly feel when you give speeches.
The reason I was here was because it's in person. Many people come to Fair Oaks because it's so accessible. When they get up in front of the audience pays full attention to them. They can see how engaging they are or what they need to work on. They see the feedback, and that is just not possible online. Eye contact is something you cannot get on Zoom. Today we had a speech where Mahbube was talking about how empathy and sympathy can either change people's lives or leave them underwhelmed. And she had to do that while addressing interruptions of different kinds.
How you can continue putting yourself in that shoe where you have a very high empathy for other people when you are not getting back in return.
When you are not getting back is exactly when you are burning out.
How can you do that online with the same impact that you can do it in person?
Part of being in Toastmaster, we do prepare speech and also give feedback. Evaluation is very important.
Now, if you want to really challenge yourself, right, the next step here would be there's an improvement to the structure that can be made.
I cannot count the number of guests who have told us that they were astonished by the amount of feedback. Everyone in the room has a feedback form where they rate on various aspects of speaking, feedback on what they could do better to take the speech to the next level. And at the end of the evaluations, we rate the evaluators on who did the best evaluation. Then there is a general evaluator who evaluates the whole meeting. And today I was part of that because I forgot to introduce the Toastmaster. So no one gets away.
I have so much fun here at Fair Oak, and I keep coming and continuing because I have fun and also benefit from being better speaker.
I remember still the Sunday that I woke up and I said, today I have to go to a meeting. The rest is history. I'm here 2 years later. You will see that not only you become a better speaker, but you become a better leader. And that's the amazing part for me. When I joined here, I did not expect that. Please come. We are here every Sunday at 11 a.m., 11 to 12:30 at Murphy Park Hall in Sunnyvale. And I hope to see some of you at the next meeting.
It's time to move to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Abhinav Muralidharan. Abhinav brings his experience, perspective, and unique voice to this program. Abhinav is an upcoming lawyer, and he is going to enroll in the law college this fall. His title of the speech is Guilt. Let's welcome Abhinav Muralidharan. Guilt, Abhinav Muralidharan.
On June 6th, 2021, I saw a man die. I stood transfixed as I felt a dissonance deep in my body. A tiny voice in the back of my head was trying to tell me that this was just a movie. I was just watching a biography. But the shock and sadness I felt told me otherwise. Unwilling to look, but unable to look away, I watched on as an elderly black man was executed by the state of Alabama. His name was Herbert Lee Richardson. But the person I focused on was not Richardson, but his defense lawyer, who promised to stay with him in his final moments, Bryan Stevenson. Watching Stevenson refuse to let Richardson die alone, I began asking a question that I have continued asking since. What does it actually mean to not give up on someone? Years before Richardson's execution, a man named Ronald Cotton was about to find out the hard way. On a hot summer night in July 1984, 22-year-old Jennifer Thompson was sleeping in the comfort of her own home when a man barged in and assaulted her. In the midst of her unimaginable terror, she made a promise to herself. She would remember. In the dim light, she studied every single inch of this man's face and promised that she would never forget any inch of it. She would remember. Soon after she escaped and reported the incident to the police, they brought her a lineup of 6 photos. Jennifer studied each photo intensely. She, in just 3 minutes, had narrowed the photos down to 2, and just 2 minutes later, pointed at a single photo of Ronald Cotton. That's him, she said to the detective. Are you sure? Asked the detective. Positive. How did I do? You did great, Miss Thompson. The detective encouraged her. Feeling much better after encouragement, Jennifer felt more certain in her choice. She was there when it happened, after all. 2 days later, Jennifer was introduced to a live lineup in person. After a while, she picked out the same person from the lineup, Ronald Cotton. Later, even the policeman told her, we thought it was the same guy. It was the same guy you picked from the photos. Jennifer was now certain. In fact, she had known from the beginning. At the trial, Jennifer Thompson pointed straight at Ronald Cotton sitting in the defendant's seat and testified with full conviction that Ronald Cotton was her attacker. Based on her testimony, the jury convicted Ronald Cotton of rape and burglary. The judge, in his ruling that sentenced him to life in prison plus 50 years, said that Ronald, quote, obviously has abnormal and dangerous sexual tendencies which he intends to appease by whatever means possible. The problem? Jennifer Thompson was wrong. They were all wrong. 10 years after Ronald Cotton was convicted in 1985, he was fully exonerated by DNA evidence, both establishing his innocence and finding the actual perpetrator. So many things went as intended, not wrong, for the system to convict Ronald Cotton, an innocent man. Even though Jennifer Thompson saw the perpetrator up close and she was convinced of Cotton's guilt when she testified in court, her certainty was manufactured. The police showed Cotton's face as Cotton was the only face that appeared in both the physical lineup and the photo lineup. So Thompson did not actually recognize her perpetrator. She was just recognizing the photo she had seen 2 days prior. The police had already suspected Cotton without any evidence to do so, and encouraged and therefore subtly manipulated Jennifer into choosing Ronald Cotton. The judge was also to blame. He refused to enter expert evidence, proving that eyewitness testimony is very inaccurate. And when another victim who was attacked on the same night by someone of the same description as Thompson, and then chose a different person from the same lineup that Thompson looked at, the judge refused to let the jury hear that. It took 10 years, 2 trials, and a team of lawyers who refused to close the book on Ronald Cotton for the truth to finally catch up to him. So ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, consider your own perspective on guilt and incarceration. What experiences and memories color your judgment of someone, and how much of that experience and memory is grounded in reality? I still think of Herbert Lee Richardson, a Vietnam War veteran. Not because he was innocent, he was not actually, but because the entire world had become convinced that his life no longer mattered. Bryan Stevenson considered his life valuable. And that same instinct kept a team of lawyers fighting for Cotton long after his initial conviction. Ronald Cotton's story drilled into me what Stevenson and Richardson had just begun teaching me. That not giving up on someone is its own kind of just mercy. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav. Great speech.
Thank you so much.
To evaluate Abhinav's speech, we have Koshi George. Koshi is a long-standing Toastmaster member. He has a unique blend of science, humor, and breaking down complex idea into simple terms. Let's welcome Koshi George.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhinav, for that wonderfully riveting story, if I must say. I have seen my fair share of Law and Order episodes, and I can actually relate to this particular episode. And the dictum, I still remember the dictum that even if 100 convicts can escape, we should not allow even one innocent person to be convicted. And in this case, Jennifer, I actually don't remember her last name, but her testimony actually proved to be led to Ronald Cotton's bad conviction, and it was later proved by DNA evidence. Okay, so DNA evidence, I mean, I can actually assure you that all the cells in our body has got the same DNA, and if you have sufficient material in the space, you can actually ascertain, pinpoint to the 100% that you can actually point to the perpetrator. Okay, so I'm actually pretty happy that justice was served here, but I'm still wondering how many people are out there who may have been wrongly convicted, and if there is any kind of support system for that. Okay, I'm actually looking forward to your speech, and I think that your delivery of the speech was quite good. And let me give you a tad small kind of advice. Okay, as a lawyer, one of your best assets should be a booming voice. Okay, so try to project your voice. Nobody is going to come after you, and that will be your asset. Thank you.
Thank you, Toshi. Your feedback showed us how a clear and supportive feedback can help the speaker take their message to the next level. Thank you for your speeches and your feedbacks. This is a little bit glimpse of what Toastmaster has to offer. You heard speeches, you heard 2 evaluations, you saw how team members help each other, challenge each other, and support each other to take your public speaking skills to the next level. I would encourage everyone to go to d101tm.org and find a club near you. Go to the club, attend a meeting, talk to the people, and have the Toastmaster Club experience firsthand. Before I go out, I want to remind you of the turtle and encourage you to leave with that message. Stick your neck out. Whenever you get an opportunity, take that opportunity and rise to the occasion. With that, thank you for watching Bay to Bay Toastmaster. Good evening.